feel it in my bones, I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change. You live and you learn, and I hope I've seen enough to make something right and make up for what I've lost. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. Things turn around, didn't ever think they could. I'm done with the bad, I need a little bit of good. Settled in the world, like everything is new. Stepped on a path that led me straight to you. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should.
All right, everybody, mic check. How are we sounding? How do we sound normal? I'm actually gonna turn this music off for the moment. Hey, yo. Sandy, you want to say something?
Hi, everybody. How are you tonight? Happy to see you.
Good. All right. Well, keep an eye out for, little weird fuzzies and crackling and blah blah blahs.
There's a heat wave rolling in. There's a heat wave, yeah. There's a party in the streets and the city's on fire.
Hey! Hot mic! Oh, I should test inserting ads manually. So, this is a test, everybody.
Music in the streets, we're moving to the beat. There's something in the air that
let loose the dolls of war.
It's Monday, February 26th, and this is your Smart Doll News.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hey, everybody. John's feeling a little dramatic today.
Yes, when Danny starts using words like onslaught, we get excited. We got a lot to talk about, but we should briefly mention, we just got back, last week from DollCon Dallas.
Mm-hmm. We had a great time. We saw a lot of wonderful people.
Thank you so much, Spiral Mind.
Spiral Mind, right out the gate. Thank you so much.
And I don't know what happened to the lag on the Super Chats, but that was super responsive.
Mm-hmm. That was awesome, because it's usually been like a
30 seconds.
Delay.
Yeah, it's been bad. Spiral Mind says, Happy Monday, ready for a marvelous March Madness cup of tea.
It's your cup's tea?
It's your cup's tea.
Yeah. So yeah, we did come back from DollCon Dallas. We brought a few of our dolls with us. We brought some chaos with us.
Katrina says, your hair looks gorgeous.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, we've got
an unboxing that we filmed and got to edit.
Yeah.
Of what we purchased. Not a smart doll, obviously. But we did get this, which we'll talk about in the break. So let's dig into the
headline.
All right. First up is Cortex 2 update.
Yeah, this is pretty exciting. We're going to see a bunch of different body parts, different styles of like grading built into the dolls.
We're not sure what's actually getting released out of what he's showing us here. So we're still not, he didn't give like a specific listing, but he does show the, like how the prototypes are going. And he does mention here that like the internal frame and the shells will match color properly.
No name, no last name says your hair looks good too, John.
Thank you. We should mention, wait, there's a better picture here. So here you can see like the various parts that are coming up. The two variations of the back of the torso, the three variations of the back of the bust. I have a feeling though, based on what he said, that those may not be the things that we see.
Right. Like, I mean, it could be that he could be choosing one of them, and then the other ones will just be STL files because you'll be allowed to 3D print them yourselves.
Yes. Which is very cool. Lots of really cool. I mean, we've been talking about the things we'd love to see, like transparent inserts inside. Like
I mentioned wings that you could use that spot to clip wings in.
Yep. So did Danny. Danny says retractable wings.
Yeah.
So he's talking like things that like pull back into the actual torso, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
He also mentioned the mantis blades, which you can see his non-movable version of the sort of retracted blades here.
Mm-hmm.
So very cool. Obviously, like lots of room. I think it was very interesting though that he mentioned the inside of the frame and how they are paying attention to both the aesthetics, but also for durability and stress absorption, that there's actually designs on the inside of the shells.
Because it adds extra support because it's a little bit thicker in those spots.
Yep. So very cool. And he also mentioned that they're adapting the Evolve frame so that these pieces can easily just, like, instead of clamping to each other around a frame,
mm-hmm.
they'll be anchoring to the frame itself.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for people who are into this aesthetic, this is amazing.
Yeah. No release date currently, so I don't expect this month. Although we could be surprised with maybe maybe we'll see the prosthetic that he developed with the mantis blades. Like maybe we'll start, he did say he was going to start small and release like a piece. So I think this could be a possible soonish release. But we'll have to wait and see.
Right.
Barbie Witch, thank you so much for your super chat.
Thank you, Barbie Witch.
Barbie says, SMD 2024 World Intercontinental Wrestling Championship title belt. I don't know why we're saying this.
I guess we've earned the
oh,
championship
this is
title?
what we're being given.
Yeah.
Yes, I got it. That's great.
We just totally blanked out the screen there for a second.
So I thought we were totally selling it, and I was about to have it back up so we could see our screen, but let's just be transparent. So yeah, very cool. Let's move on to this girl, who really, as far as we know, I don't think is ever going. I don't know. Maybe she'll come out, but this is really just an experiment. I don't think they can actually make any more of these than the runs that they did.
I love the Shiki mouth.
Yeah. So what were the issues that they were having with the M2 sculpt? Do you remember?
I don't.
All right, then I'll say it. Lob and miss. The M2 sculpt was having a lot of blemishes and problems at when they did the castings. And so they basically took the castings that they did and started sanding like crazy and doing what they can to kind of salvage.
Okay.
If you remember, she had like a very pouty lip and stuff like that.
Yes.
That lip is almost gone. It's now closed mouth, and they've sanded across like the 3D dimensionality of it. So we can start to see the evolution of the M2 sculpt. I think maybe someone might get really lucky in Chaos, perhaps.
Yeah, right.
Or he puts this in the prototype garage.
That's possible. That's possible. But yeah, she almost has Shiki's mouth. Shiki has a little bit more of a
little cat mouth.
Shiki has a little bit more of a point to her upper lip, but
Yeah.
it's very close.
So next up, just to check in, I feel like this is something like Danny keeps reminding people, and we probably need to keep reminding people as well, because unless you're here with us in the live stream every single week, I think a lot of people don't always catch every little thing.
Right.
But we've got some confirmations, some absolute confirmations on events, and only those events.
So the only things confirmed right now are Anime Impulse in Seattle, and that's May 18th to the 19th.
Yep.
And then London Film and Comic-Con from July 5th to the 7th. And he's saying, he's applied for some other things, like I think in this particular case, someone was asking about Otakon, which is in DC. And they said
that's everything else is an application stage, so there's no confirmation whatsoever. So yeah, we don't know what's going on in August. If all you're doing, like Yuki here, is all you're doing is going to a con just to meet Danny, I would not be putting money down on plans until he has locked in his.
And also to keep in mind that if you're planning on doing that in the hopes that you'll be able to pick up a doll in person, he's not selling in person.
Yep.
I mean, unless he changes that all of a sudden, but that's not his plan.
Yep. We are only there. SmartDoll's only there to showcase the products and to meet people. So, and maybe sign boobs, but we'll get into the
signing
stuff. Not yet. We'll get into it, and it might be here. I forget. So we've got a bit of a holiday. Not today, like what, Friday or something, I think it was. But over this weekend, there's a holiday in Japan. They were in the store. They were open, but they're taking Tuesday, i.e. today, for them. Right now is the start of their Tuesday. Off. So we should be seeing shipping and stuff coming back up, orders of whatever it has been ordered, coming back up starting on Wednesday.
Yeah, so a lot of times Danny gets stuff out, like, if you order it on a day, if it's their morning, if you order it in the, like for us, if we ordered it in the evening and it's their morning, we often see that it goes out, like, that day. But that's not happening in this case. So things will start shipping again tomorrow.
That does sort of connect with what we'll get into, but there's no new doll releases. Everything's been very quiet. He's been really prepping for like loading everything up into March, which is what we're going to get into. But first up, a couple other things. FedEx, a little bit of an update. For those of you who use FedEx, he's turned on verbose, some sort of a verbose option, so you should get more frequent, detailed updates while you are receiving your doll through FedEx.
Right, because I know I always feel like DHL is like, if you sign up to get text messages, you're knowing like every step of the way where that order is. FedEx is usually, there's been a gap, but I think he is like, it sounds like he has eliminated that gap.
Our mod Lee says, petition to have a Smarty/BJD convention at the convention center here in Erie. Just a shortish, beautiful equidistance between multiple international airports.
Maybe we should do one. We should do something April. Was it April 8th?
What's April 8th?
The point of whatchamacallit?
The solar eclipse.
For the solar eclipse, it's actually gonna, Erie is one of the points.
Yeah, moving on. We're not diving into that. So here I did mention the signing. Yeah, this is, Danny snuck this in here, like multiple things in this post. So you, again, gotta read, people.
Path of totality. Sorry.
Yes. Danny has stopped signing bags. Mm-hmm. What's going on, Sandy?
He has noticed, for one thing, that people were using the fact that their bag was signed to sell their doll for a higher price. And this was never anything that Danny intended. It was supposed to be like a nice personalized touch that if you asked for it, he would take the time to sign the bag. However, not only that, it's also like it messes with their workflow.
Yep. The getting everything ready to ship, they've got to like take bags out, assumedly get the bag to Danny to sign before signing, before getting it packed, and like it interrupts everything. Sadly, that is no more. My initial reaction was Danny just jacked up the price on all signed bags.
Anybody who's got a signed bag.
Unintended consequences.
We don't actually have one that just says Danny Chu. We have one that says Happy Birthday, Sandy.
Yeah.
Danny Chu.
Never getting rid of it.
Yeah, that's not going anywhere.
But he is still, for those of you who do want a signature, he is still signing signing the postcards. I think he said he's going to sign. I don't know. He doesn't mention it here, but he has signed smart doll busts for people. Definitely both in person and like when they are bought, like on a doll. So I don't know if that's something that he's still willing to do as well. But I know people love, having the signature right across the chest. I don't.
Yeah,
get it.
I don't get it either. But
it's you do you. It's cool. I mean, the one thing I do get is you always are staring at the signature, like it's always there with the doll. Like, but I don't know.
But he does say that he will continue to sign postcards, as accommodating as many as he can by like how many he can sign on his coffee break. So
right, and that's sort of like, hey, we've got these requests, go sign a bunch of things, versus like, very specific requests that have to be done out of band, and like he can't really create an easy process for. So and then at the end of this post, this is what like pretty much started this whole scene, this whole theme for today. The onslaught of Show No Mercy product drops and awakenings will start next Friday, March 1st.
My birthday.
Yep. So the gates are opening, and we will see like old dolls, new dolls, like all sorts of stuff.
I just
coming
gotta say,
in March.
I was a chaos product drop long before Danny Chu. So it's kind of like the anniversary of my chaos product drop.
So the he also does mention the huge chaos drop, which he teased for February, is happening in early March now. We'll see some pictures in the next post that he made. But this is him talking earlier in February, I think before we went to the convention, about that. But before we dig into what we think is coming and what we're looking forward to, let's take a moment and give this video a like.
Don't say it again. I
yeah.
would do that.
Open
Thumbs up.
Open up Handpack 1 and give this video a thumbs up.
Can't get my thumb
one
on the
thumb.
screen.
One
Thumb. One thumb. There we go.
To us. So we, again, one of the single best ways that you can help support this video and spread it to more people. We are really, really appreciative of all the support you all give it to us. And really, in the end, you make it help, you make this possible, whether you're doing super chats or a Discord subscriber, or or even just liking a video.
Right.
So before we get in there, I think it's time to dance.
Let's dance.
We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up our love friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long, and sing along to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our zone. Making plans so fast we go, worried as when no one knows just how we want it.
All right. First of all, thank you all for your submissions to the Smarty Party every single week, and love to see the collection of Valentine's Day shots.
I love the very loving photos. You guys got some really good ones.
Quick note to the party planners: we should probably start thinking about like planning like a little bit more in advance, and then next time we can get Valentine's Day pictures in the Valentine's, like, not that we had one because we had the convention, but like in the week of kind of stuff.
Right.
But always great to catch up with that. The Courtney Royce, thank you for your super chat during the Smarty Party.
Thank you.
And the Courtney Royce says, thank you for all the goodness in the community, goodness in the community goodness you guys do.
It's all good. Ness.
So March Madness, March Doll Madness, people.
Michaela Rose says, so are we going to get Mika Jugasaki again? All we know is that Danny has mentioned in the past possibly re-looking at some of the licenses he already has, and we have seen a picture of like the color charts and stuff for
Yeah.
Mika.
He's definitely working on making Mika heads. Whether she's about, I don't think, since we saw that fairly recently, within the last few weeks, or like we'll say the last month. My guess is probably not a March thing, because it tends to take a while to ramp that up. But it's hard to say. We have no idea how long he's been working on those, but he has been working on some Mika heads. So let's dig back into this post here from Danny. He's got some pictures of like what's been going on around the thing. Actually, that's the one I want. Around the studio.
Shots, yes.
So Danny basically, so all we know is Danny said an onslaught of dolls.
Right.
New, old, everything.
Yep.
So what do we think that really means at this point, Sandy?
I mean, there's some dolls that we are expecting, like we're looking for the one that he has called Moon.
Right. So that's that we've got a classic doll confirmed through a post on someone who has it from Chaos, that it is the Chi sculpt. I know we were like confused. Is it M1? Is it Chi? Is it the cheese?
Yeah. Which is Chitose Multiverse.
So I've seen a picture of the back of the head. It's not M2. It's cheese. So we can settle that.
The moon is made of cheese.
Yep. You were right. So we've got Moon. I do want to point out here, he's got 2 Ellie heads in process from Last of Us. He has been talking, and he took a poll on Twitter about which of his cosplay dolls, Megan, Wednesday, or Ellie, should he just put out as an actual doll.
Right.
So it looks like he's been working on Ellie.
And she will not be Ellie. She will be,
Probably something, yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Eloise. Just something very obviously similar. Yeah, very cool. Again, this may not drop, but he's working on it, and that could be one of the new things that we see. So much.
So many heads. Many, many heads.
Now, I believe these are actually going to Chaos.
Yeah, you see the kabuki over there?
Oh, I see. The T kabuki?
Yep.
Yeah. Like lots of fun things there. Let's go up to the.
Oh, what's going on with that one in the front?
What?
Right there, like next to the birthmark. What's going? Yeah, what's she got going on? Is that
It's a reverse kintsugi. Like it's like a scar. Looks like a scar that's healed using kintsugi going the opposite way.
It's kind of cool.
I'm assuming this is just black navy here. Really impossible to see much detail there.
It's hard to tell. It might be Coco.
No,
No,
because there's Coco.
Okay.
And there's Coco.
Okay.
That's definitely black navy.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of interesting little faces. Yeah, these are likely some of the things that we'll see in the Chaos drop. We're definitely gonna be seeing pair heads, apparel. Like we won't get a choice though. It's Chaos. You're gonna get a bundle.
Right.
You're gonna get a mix of stuff. So if you don't have a pair goal yet, you may find yourself with some pair items.
Right. Or you may want pair items and you won't get them.
Yeah. I'm going to guess there's going to be enough of a mix that there's a good chance you'll get something for both classic and pair.
Considering the strong focus on pair over the past couple of months, there's got to be a lot of pair heads.
Yeah. And Danny does this, this is the springtime when Danny usually gets into this mode. Like it's spring cleaning, he's I mean, we're not quite spring yet, but he's moving and clearing out a whole bunch of stuff in the office. and getting ready for more experiments, more development, and time to make room. We can see here, like he's been still working on Cortex 2, like we saw earlier. I wanna say
That's the mouth
is
that we were just
that
looking
was
at.
the M2.
Yep.
More another shot of Ellie. Apparel.
Oh, a Twin Tails wig.
Oh, that's a Mika wig, isn't it?
Oh, that might be. Yeah, that is Mika's wig.
Yep.
Yeah.
So another sign that Mika is coming.
Yeah, she didn't have the long ponytails. She had like a different kind of thing going on with her hair, but it's that color.
I thought that was the of course Moon, like you mentioned.
Moon is very cute.
I'm guessing, well, we haven't seen Pair Fortitude yet. We've seen her, but we haven't had a release yet, right?
Right. So Pair Fortitude, Pair Legion are both possibilities.
Yep. It's insane. Now, Sandy, you questioned like, oh, he's cleaning up the studio. Does this mean is he
going to open back up?
And I don't
like
think
for
so.
as a regular store.
Right.
I really don't think so either. I mean, we obviously could be wrong, but I'm guessing that involves a lot of shifting for him because, for one thing, he wants to travel, and I feel like if people are coming to the store, he wants to be there.
Yeah.
So like with wanting to travel, I doubt that I doubt the store is opening back up like outside of appointments.
Yeah, again, this is I think this is a big one, but this is stuff that he does somewhat regularly a couple times throughout the year of big cleanup, and it's not making room for customers, it's making room for more dolls.
Right.
So yeah, I think we're gonna see some. Usually what happens is Danny's been putting out like dolls. I think this happened when we really hit like the G7 wave, and Danny was putting out all these pictures of Future, Imagine, things like that. And then all these other dolls that we hadn't even seen at all came out as well. So I think we're going to have a fair amount of surprises.
Yeah. It's very exciting.
Looking for Trouble is one of the other big ones that we're probably, I mean, I would guess if there's new dolls coming, that's Moon and Looking for Trouble are the two really big ones in development.
She's very recent, though. I think she's going to be one of the later in March ones.
Could be. So, yeah, I mean, chat, and those of you watching on the replay, what are you excited for in March? What are you, just can't wait to get your hands on? Who are you looking to awaken? Is there anybody that you've been looking for, or are you waiting for, Pair, new Pair?
I'm waiting for Pairs. I do like Looking for Trouble. I think she's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, good. So you guys have said it. I'm sorry, I think you said it a couple times while we were saying other stuff, but I'll call out Christina. Pair Legion is very close and ready to go.
Right. She's a favorite of Danny's, so I'm sure that when she came ready, when he decided he liked her as a pair, that was going to go quick. It's going to come out. Someone asked about Dee Dee asked about do you think the gray guy will be released in March? I don't think so. I think that there's still, like, the last we saw, it was still being tweaked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they once they do that, they have to go and they have to they have to get the masks made and everything like that. So I don't think it's going to be March.
Stephanie says, I need that UV classic Chitose Danny mentioned a while back. There's I'm sure we're going to see lots of little drops of like cyber variations on things that he's done. Like, I think they've been building up. Now, let's see. And of course, everyone's saying chaos. I think this is going to be a huge chaos and boys. I think I'm with you. I don't think we're going to see boys. I think we're going to see, as I mentioned before, a limited part of Cortex 2, like an arm, a prosthetic, something because that is the first place he started development, and I think that we're going to see then a release come out of that.
The Courtney Royce says, "Are the guys harder to produce than the girls? They seem really rare." The thing about the guys is Danny on the G2 frame, the Gen 2 frame. Danny was never happy with how the body fit, worked, etc.
Yeah.
So he kind of like shelved boys for a long time, and now he feels like the existing shell fits the evolve frame better than it fit the old frame. So now he's going back and revisiting boys. There was a whole big talk about the fact that he didn't think that boys were underrepresented in dolls, but other people told him that what people really want is a smart doll boy. Like the boys that are out there are not what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So he is trying to come up with a new sculpt, and he's going to put it on the put the old body on the evolved frame.
Yep.
And then eventually we may get a macho boy, but that's like a ways out, probably not even this year.
Yeah, and so at this point, I mean, I think this year we're gonna see the gray vampire boy on the evolved frame. I don't know when Danny transitions that into cinnamon tea or cocoa.
Right.
All we know right now is gray.
What I did think about is the fact that we might get cinnamon because they do everything on cinnamon, like first.
Well, right now everything is gray.
Right.
Because it's the prototyping color anyway.
Right, that's true.
Although the actual galactic gray is not the same. I do want to bring up Shelby says, I can't manifest because my ADHD says I can't have Twitter. There's so many better reasons even not to have Twitter. Otherwise, I would have tried to manifest interstellar strength a while ago when he asked people what older dolls they wanted, because why not? So what I'm trying to figure out is, do you mean blue, gray, or it can't mean black navy? So it's galactic gray and interstellar blue.
If it was interstellar blue, blue is done.
If it's gray, yeah, I mean it's easy enough for him to he's got the G7 gray frame, so
and I don't think strength wasn't done on that, was she?
Strength? There's a G7 strength, isn't there? Let's consult.
But I'm talking about what she wasn't done in gray or blue.
Correct.
But if that's what they're asking for, she's not an awakening. She's not an old doll being revisited.
Sure. Well, he has the...
Yeah.
It's just the masks painted on gray. I mean, it's not quite as simple as that because
the colors have to be right. Yeah.
But, so no, I wouldn't call that an awakening, but it's not exactly a new doll. But yeah, I mean, that could, that could be something. Happy to try and do what we can to help you manifest.
Just by talking about it now, you're manifesting it.
Shauna McLaughlin asks, any whisper for coffee? Not even a peep.
Nope. Haven't heard anything.
I think Pear really pushed the other skin tone on the back burner. I don't know.
Maybe after Black Navy?
Yeah.
Would be my...
I know it's real, but the thing is, when it comes, then it's going to be here to stay. Like that's a real skin tone. It's not a fantasy tone. So.
And getting it right. And my guess would be that, like, with the fact, like, with what happened with Coco, where there was the first Coco batch was not really what he wanted it to be. Maybe coffee is tricky too.
I think the next thing you're going to hear about coffee, unless someone's like, hey, coffee, and he's like working on it, I think the next real thing we hear about coffee is Danny being comfortable enough with the prototype that he puts a picture out on Twitter and gets feedback, just like he did with the pair. Yep.
Because that seems to be the trend now, is actually getting community opinion.
And I think it is really, I think it's really important to see the pair, or see the what the color is like in currently. I think it's also really important to see how it lines up with the other colors, and how they sort of blend with each other. Kelly says probably after Cortex. I mean, it's hard to say. You know, it's there's always something new
Right.
coming down the pipeline. We still have muscular girls that Danny wants to dig into as well.
Adding a new skin tone is different too. Like when he started doing the fantasy colors, he eliminated milk.
Yeah.
Because they just didn't have the resources to do all of them.
And he felt cinnamon and milk he liked cinnamon better, and cinnamon and milk were close enough to each other that he was comfortable getting rid of it. But yeah, I really do think we need to like make a page on Smart Doll Guru for like Danny's to-do list of like, what do we know and currently know about his priorities?
Right. What's on the list?
But yes, Spiral Mind, the list does keep a-changing.
Yep.
So the
Danny
do list. Yes, it is.
I have a feeling he has multiple lists, because I'm sure Jay has a list for him too.
Well, yes, but that is their own business. So, I mean, this is gonna be a crazy month. What do you think about, like, he's taken time off and we're getting this condensed, like, increased drop rate in March? Good thing, bad thing, like pros, cons?
Good thing in terms of being able to get what you want.
Why so?
Because there's going to be a lot coming out and a lot available. You're bound to find something that you want to purchase.
I see. And maybe people won't be purchasing as many dolls because it's in such a, you know, like if a bunch of stuff comes out, especially if, like, I liked when he did like, here's 6 dolls or, you know, like, because you got to start choosing
what you want.
And then that gives more people an opportunity to get a doll that they like, assuming that they're not after just one or something.
Right. I mean, obviously there's always going to be one that is going to be like, everybody's got to have it. Like,
yeah. Gover says it's so hard on the wallet. Again, if you're willing to purchase that many in that short of an amount of time or something like that.
Right. I mean, I think when it comes to Pear, just a gentle reminder, Pear isn't going anywhere.
Yep.
And if you have your heart set on a doll like, you know, like one of the ones with differences, they don't go anywhere. You will get another chance. So, you know, get the one that you don't think you're going to have a chance at, you know?
Maddie, I know, says, I so am hoping for the autism doll. And I think that's,
I believe, is her name. Yes?
Yeah, Limitless. And I think that's a very good possibility that I'd forgotten about. Yeah. That is.
He's shown her a couple of times recently. Yep.
Kathy says anything on the Kanata sculpt, which things have slowed down on releasing our exclusive heads from this lovely lady. Fusion, who we might as well, before we head out here today, Sandy, you want to tell everyone what Fusion is wearing?
I wanted to show her to you in a different wig, so I put her in a fantasy wig. This is the straight wig with the bangs from CJ.
That's
it's the multi-T wig.
Oh, it's that's right. It's multi-T. Challenge is no bangs, right?
I think she's been no bangs before, but she's also been bangs. Athena has this wig.
Challenge, you can bang, no bang. We don't judge.
Athena.
Yes.
Also wears this wig. And which is actually closer. That's the same sculpt. But the other thing we wanted to point out is this lovely dress that we picked up at DollCon Dallas from Nerdy Chic Doll. Nerdy Chic, is that right?
Yeah. Or Nerdy Chick. But it's CHIC.
Yes. Jessica had a nice time looking at all the things that they have, and got this beautiful 50s style dress.
We haven't finished this outfit because as soon as I saw this, I was like, yes, I want this for Fusion, and I want her to have like combat boots or something with it.
Right, and it was just, we ran out of time. when we were at DollCon Dallas, I had her in an apron that we got from Carla,
Mhm.
and she looked very, very, very Donna Reed because she had on the brown bob,
Yeah.
and it was very cute.
I love the monochromatic purple scheme you got going on here.
Yeah, little motorcycle jacket and some combat boots.
Finish it off.
Yep.
Michaela says, I wish Naruto is out in the picture. He looks so cool. I want him or Mika. Yeah, like, I think I think licenses are probably off the table for this because it's on such a, except for Mika, because he may not need to rerun through it, so he may be fine, and he could release it whenever. But like we said, I don't know that he's been working on her quite long enough, but we could be surprised.
She needs a uniform and stuff like that. She needs all her stuff that goes with her. But Naruto is kind of in limbo right now.
Yeah.
He's done. Danny has said, as far as I'm concerned, Naruto is done, but he was waiting for the licensors to say, yeah, okay, he's good to go.
Yeah.
Release him.
I don't think we're gonna see a pair anime. I don't think he's gonna have one ready there yet. That's my guess.
Maybe in the Chaos, but
sure. But even then, if you get one in Chaos, those things are gonna be like an M2 in Chaos is probably gonna be rare because they made very limited castings. So he did say you're gonna see classic pair anime semi-real like across the board, but because of the issues that they had, I think it's going to take some time. I'm sorry that the anime pair is just not ready yet. But we shall see. Christina says, "Are you going to go for the Chaos T head to try for Kabuki head in the photos?" I don't know how the Chaos, if that's going to be in like, I guess, painted head packs that you buy.
Probably, and you can choose what color.
Maybe. I don't.
We could take one shot at it, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I maybe roll the dice on it. It's just the odds are so low. I don't know. But we could try. And my assumption is you'll see painted heads in Chaos bundles as well. Most likely. Barbie says, "You gotta believe." So yeah, so much to come. Really exciting month. And I didn't think we were gonna have anything to talk about this week, but we're probably not gonna have anything to talk about like next week because it's just gonna be all drops. But we still see. We will be. I will be. Let's see. I'm traveling not next week, but the week after.
Right.
So I don't know. I might be able to pull off a
remote news.
Oh no. What time? No, that's gonna be at like 4 a.m. or something ridiculous.
Probably not.
No. So not happening. Too far away. Well, maybe not 4, but it's gonna be middle of the night for me. Yeah. If anyone's in Luxembourg, let me know. We'll see what happens. But we're gonna have we'll probably be going after Chaos, of course, so we may have a Chaos unboxing coming up.
Yeah. I'm looking for another pair girl, so like, we'll see what happens with the with all of the awakenings and new drops. I haven't decided. People have commented that the Coco pairs are available. Yes, they are. And Coco Future has always been on my list. But then I think about like, do I want, I'm just undecided. Like, do I want Liberty? Do I want this? Do I want that? I mean, I certainly would not scoff at Coco Future, but I just, I haven't decided for myself yet.
You're just like, considering the like not wanting to overinvest in dolls. I know it can be like
that's it
hard to like choose like one of each.
Yeah, and that's what my thought is. I need one of each skin tone plus my mini me. So I'll have 2 cinnamon, but I need a tea and a cocoa, and it's just deciding what I'm getting.
So we will of course be back next Monday, and who knows what will happen by then.
Yeah. So everybody, good luck with the March 1st drops, and we will see you on the other side of that. Bye.
Bye.